Gary. Yellow wax first.
Just for you.
All right, we'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Jerry Anderson. It's 26 CM 143 appearances.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Attorney Annika Vermaak appearing specially on behalf of Jerry Anderson. I anticipate being appointed. I'm handling Mr. Anderson's other cases.
Okay, so it sounds like you may need to contact the public defender's office just to make sure that you still qualify. They'll probably appoint the same attorney. But you got to apply in every case. The deputy's going to give you the public defender info. I think that's a free call from the jail. I think he's on a DOC hold. It looks like, according to my information, they've initiated revocation proceedings. Do you have a copy of the complaint?
I do. We would waive its formal reading.
Is the Aberg Job Center the best mailing address if you're not in custody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And standing mute, or do you want to enter, please?
We will enter pleas of not guilty, and we're also requesting a trial date today.
Right, I'll make findings of probable cause, enter not guilty, please. State's position on bail.
State's recommending a signature bond along with the conditions that he have no contact with TRS, that's Tom, Robert, Sam, and no contact with DFM, that's Dog, Frank, Mary. Thank you.
Any objections?
We would ask for contact with TRM with conditions of no violent contact.
All right, and just to clarify, do you mean TRS or DFM?
With TRS, excuse me.
All right, and any response from the state?
Yeah, I think the complaint speaks for itself based on the allegations of what occurred here. I think no contact is appropriate. I don't believe there is a history. I have nothing more to add. Thank you.
If I could add some more information as well, TRS is Mr. Anderson's fiance. So that's why we're requesting contact.
All right, well, I don't know that TRS is weighed in with the DA's office, but I think I can glean from some of the statements that she may want to have contact. She indicated she didn't want to press charges. There could be a lot of reasons for that. Right now, he's in custody, so any contact is going to be strictly monitored. So for right now, our signature bond with the no acts or threats towards TRS, I'll order the no contact, direct or indirect, with DFM, and we'll be adjourned.
I do have one point of clarification for Attorney Vermaak. We requested a trial date today. Are you requesting a speedy trial right now, or do you want to schedule for a pre-trial conference at the same time as the upcoming one on February 2nd?
We'll enter a speedy trial demand.
Okay, then I won't be scheduling anything on this case, so we'll go directly to the court.
Okay.
Schedule.
Thank you.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Yeah, Brandon KVENSLI for a forfeiture.
Yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. Brandon? I can see your last name. Yes. Hensley? Yes.
Great, we'll call the County of Dane versus Brandon Kensley. It's 26 FO 112 appearances.
ADA Sam Smith for the state. The defendant's here in person in custody without counsel.
All right, and Mr. Kensley, they've given you a forfeiture complaint that's alleging county obstructing, resisting an officer. That's non-criminal. It's not going to keep you in custody. We're not setting bail or anything like that. I don't think anything else is holding you, so I think you're going to get released today no matter what, but they will have an offer. Do we have a good address though for you on the complaint?
Yeah.
All right, what's the county's offer?
It'd be court costs only.
All right, if you want to accept that offer and enter a no contest or guilty plea, it'd be $114.50 to be paid within 60 days. Or if you need more time, you can contact the clerk's office to arrange for a payment plan.
Ticket out?
No, you're getting out no matter what you
Just pay the
decide.
ticket?
Right. Regardless of whether you want to accept their offer and pay the ticket or you want to contest the charge, you're going to get released today because
Okay.
nothing else is holding you. This is a non-criminal charge, so it's not like bail.
Yes, sir.
Did you want to accept that offer? Or do you want to contest the charges?
I would like to contest it.
Okay, I will enter a not guilty plea. I do need to advise you of a couple things. One, if you want to preserve your right to a 6-person jury trial, you need to make a written demand within 10 days of today's date
Yes,
and
sir.
post $36 in non-refundable jury fees to the clerk of court.
Okay.
If you don't do that, you can still have a trial. It'll just be a judge acting as your 1-person jury.
Okay.
And you're not entitled to an attorney at public expense. So if you want an attorney to assist you, you have to hire your own.
And that's for the obstruction.
For the county obstructing resisting officer.
Yeah, I got it. Got it.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll be adjourned. You can go through the deputies.
Next is UMBERTO PALINI. Palini.
All right, we'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus UMBERTO PALINI, 26 CT 58 appearances.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
It's pronounced Palini. Mr. Palini appears in person and in custody with Brianna Zawada. Good afternoon. Mr. Palini has received a copy of the criminal complaint, understands the charges and maximum penalties. We waive its formal reading and stand mute on the charges.
Okay, and is the address on the complaint the best place for mail?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and is he going to be eligible for a public defender?
He is eligible, yes.
All right. We'll make findings of probable cause and are not guilty pleas to the charges. There's a PSA report. It recommends a signature bond, state's position on bail.
State's requesting cash bail in the amount of $1,000, along with the conditions that he not operate a motor vehicle and not consume or possess alcohol. Reason for both the conditions and the cash request, it appears this is the defendant's 4th OWI arrest in charge within the past year. I also have information he's to report to the Dane County Jail on January 26th. So in 6 from now, I believe he recently pled to his OWI second offense. That was 25 CT 175. For those reasons, I understand this. I'm not mentioning a failure to appear history. I'm not mentioning an Act 3 analysis, but for those reasons, I think cash is appropriate. Thank you.
All right, and just to clarify, because it's charged out as a 3rd offense and the PSA suggests that there aren't any other cases pending. So if this was the 4th arrest, I take it something got declined along the way and wasn't charged or he wasn't convicted of an OWI?
I am not sure why. It was referred up initially as a 4th. I know it's charged as a 3rd. As far as his priors, I do see the second offense that I mentioned here, he pled to. That was an incident date of November 18th, 2024. I do not see that he pled to a 3rd or a pending 3rd, other than the one that we're here for today.
Okay, and Attorney Zawada?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. We are asking that you consider a signature bond in this case. As you mentioned previously, that is what the PSA believes is appropriate. And specifically, it notes that, of course, this is nonviolent in nature. And Mr. Palini also does not have a violent criminal history as well. As Mr. Polini's standing here and reading the complaint, I think it's very obvious that Mr. Polini has some serious injuries to his person here. I think that is best addressed out in the community where he's able to get more substantial medical treatment for those injuries. He is not a flight risk here. He has lived in this area the past 12 years. He does have a child who is 5 years old that lives in this area. So he is not. Thank you. The child does not live with him, but and he wanted to make sure I corrected that. But Mr. Polini is not a flight risk in that way. And if the state is concerned about, it sounds like more public protection with Mr. Polini's case, there are other options to ensure that, such as some pretrial monitoring and services versus having him remain in custody on a cash bond, which sounds like will happen if he is given $8,000. He's eligible as public defender representation, so he's indigent. Thank you.
All right, well, just so everybody's aware, I don't have the ability to put somebody on pretrial services because they're over capacity. Any response from the state?
I know it's a moot point, as the court just mentioned, about pretrial services being at capacity, but for someone who pled to an OWI second and was 6 days away from their, or is 6 days away from their report date, and another offense date of the 9th of January here, I wouldn't feel very confident with any conditions or pretrial services anyway. I think cash is appropriate.
All right. Well, it's not one where I can order cash bail to protect the public. I haven't heard about a history of failing to appear. What we have are 2 misdemeanor charges. I don't have sufficient information to think that this is one that's going to turn into an OWI fourth, because it doesn't appear that there is anything else pending or a plea that's been entered and he hasn't been sentenced yet. I'm going to go along with the public safety assessment order, a signature bond order that he not possess or consume alcohol at all, and that he not operate a motor vehicle at all. We are adjourned.
Next is SHYVIA Robinson.
So you don't have to spend money before you can go, okay? Unless there's something else that's new, yes. You can talk to the staff about that. No, that's okay. Right there.
Thank you.
Next one's on Zoom, Robinson.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus SHYVIA Robinson. It's 26 CF 137 appearances.
ADA Sampson for the state.
Ms. Robinson appears by video and in custody. Appearing for her is attorney Brianna Zawada. Is Ms. Robinson able to unmute and indicate whether or not she's received the criminal complaint?
I think she's muted, but I think the deputy could unmute. Otherwise, maybe she could give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the window. Guess I can't see any response, but perhaps the deputy can unmute. All right, and Ms. Robinson, your attorney who's assisting you here today wanted to know if you've received a copy of the criminal complaint. Have you received that?
She's a smart, just leaving.
I couldn't hear a response, and it may be that she's not able to have a criminal complaint given the current condition.
Currently, she cannot have any viewers.
Looks like you might be able to go down there and speak to her if you wanted to do that. Certainly, I'll direct that the deputies would give her a copy of the criminal complaint when she's discharged, whenever that may be.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. So I cannot speak to whether or not she's received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its formal reading. I have notes here that she is declining public defender representation.
Okay, and let's make sure that Ms. Robinson gets the public defender info after today. If she changes her mind and decides that she needs the assistance of an attorney after today and can't afford to hire one on her own. Looks like there's maybe a DOC hold that's in place right now for Ms. Robinson. We've got an address on Elka Lane. Ms. Robinson, if you're not in custody, is that a good place to get mail? And I can't hear anything. I don't know if the deputy hears her
Thumbs up.
responding.
I think I heard the deputy say that she provided a thumbs up.
Okay, I could not see that. I appreciate that. We'll make findings of probable cause, and are not guilty pleas to the misdemeanors and state's position on bail.
State's recommending cash bail in the amount of $2,500, along with a ban from the Dane County Regional Airport, and a condition that she not possess any dangerous weapons. In support of the cash, I'll note bench warrants issued June 14th, 2023, as well as several that are quite old in 2014, I believe. As far as an Act 3 analysis, I will note this was, or from the state's perspective, appears to be a relatively random incident at the airport involving two individuals who don't know one another. Again, I think the complaint and the allegations speak for themselves, and that both the victim and the public have a right to be protected. That, coupled with what I recognize as an older failure to appear, I think cash is appropriate.
And Attorney Zwala.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll ask for a signature bond here. As far as I'm aware, Ms. Robinson has a limited prior record, I believe. Only recent convictions being from that 2023 case that the state had mentioned. There was a bench warrant previously issued in. Other than what missed court appearance and then relatively dated ones, I don't think that gives us reason to believe she would not appear for hearings going forward, especially since it sounds like she is subject to DOC supervision. If she were released to the community, she would be certainly monitored by them. And I believe that the DOC with the hold will be in a good position to decide whether or not she is someone who we can have
Yes.
released to the public, and they'll make that decision as it relates to the DOC hold. So we're asking for a signature bond here. Thank you.
All right, well, it does appear to be a random act of violence. It's completely a scary, concerning incident. You know, perhaps there's mental health issues that led to this. It's just kind of bizarre behavior that's alleged here. Thankfully, nobody got hurt, aside from the instant offense that drew everybody's attention to her with the knife. Then there was all sorts of other Act 3 eligible offenses allegedly committed towards law enforcement and others. This is all while she's out on supervision. That certainly concerns me, that something more than just simple orders is necessary to protect the public. I'm less concerned about the failure to appear risk. I'm more concerned about the safety of the public. When I get to that determination, I think the state's proposal is the least necessary to accomplish that goal. I'll set $2,500 cash bail, order a ban from the Dane County Regional Airport, and that the defendant not use or possess any dangerous weapons, as that term is defined by the statutes. As to time limits for a preliminary hearing?
We will not be waiving those. Thank you.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Next is PAOLA Gutierrez for a forfeiture appearing via Zoom.
Great, we'll go on the record in the County of Dane versus Paola Gutierrez, 26 FO 105 appearances.
And I didn't have the complaint in front of me. 26 FO.
105. Paola
Estamos
Gutierrez.
en el caso de Paola Gutiérrez, 26 FO 105.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Fiscal asistente Smith por parte del Estado.
All right, and Ms. Gutierrez, you're charged with county bail jumping.
Señorita Gutiérrez, usted tiene un cargo por quebrantar las condiciones de una fianza.
That's a non-criminal charge, and it's not going to keep you in custody after today.
Esto será un cargo no criminal y no se quedará en la cárcel a partir de hoy.
Because it's a non-criminal matter, the DA's office will have an offer, and if you want to accept that, then you could resolve the case and be done with it here today.
Como esto será un caso no criminal, la fiscalía va a tener una oferta que le va a extender hoy día. Si lo quiere aceptar hoy día, el caso concluirá hoy.
All right, and what is the county?
In English, I know English.
Pardon?
I don't need a Spanish interpreter, I know English.
Okay.
You do not need a Spanish interpreter?
No.
Oh, okay.
Am I here for somebody else?
I have no idea. All right, so Ms. Gutierrez, you understood everything I had to say in English?
Yeah, here it is.
Okay, so we'll see what the DA's offer is.
That'd be court costs.
Right, so if you wanted to accept their offer and enter a plea of guilty or no
I
contest,
can't hear.
if you want to accept their offer and enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you'd have to pay $114.50 in the next 60 days or work out a payment plan. It's not something you have to pay up front to be released from custody. You're going to get released no matter what. Do you want to accept that offer? Or do you want to contest the charges?
Don't have money.
I couldn't hear you.
I don't have any money.
Okay, so you want to contest the charges?
What that mean?
Means that you want it set for a pretrial and potentially a trial date.
I still don't know.
Trial?
Okay, well, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on Ms. Gutierrez's behalf. We'll set it for future hearing. You're still going to get released from custody. If you change your mind and you want to accept the offer, you can do that at the pretrial conference. If you don't appear, you'll get defaulted. And if you can't resolve it to your satisfaction at the pretrial conference, it'll get set for a trial date. If you want to preserve your right to a 6-person jury trial, you need to make a written demand within 10 days of today's date and post $36 in non-refundable jury fees. If you don't do that, then the judge would act as your 1-person jury. If you want an attorney to assist you after today, you'd have to hire your own. We are adjourned.
Next is Pedro Reyes for a forfeiture. Reyes? Yell like something?
Pero necesito interpretar usted o inglés.
We'll call the County of Dane versus Pedro Reyes III. It's 26 FO 107 appearances.
ADA Sam Smith for the state. The defendant's here in person in custody without counsel.
Right, and Mr. Reyes, they've given you the forfeiture complaint that alleges county disorderly conduct. So that is a non-criminal charge. It's more like a speeding ticket as far as severity. It's not going to keep you in custody. You're going to get released today no matter what. But they will have an offer. If you want to accept the offer, you can be done with the case. If you don't want to accept it, you're still going to get released. If we needed to send you mail, is the address on the complaint the best place for you to get mail?
Yes.
Okay, what's the offer?
That'd be court costs only.
Right, so it'd be $114.50 if you wanted to accept the offer and enter no contest or guilty plea. You'd have 60 days to pay that, or you could work out a payment plan if you need more time, but it's not something you have to pay up front like bail to get released. You're gonna get released no matter what. Did you want to accept that offer? Or would you like to contest the charges?
No, I will accept the offer. The offer is I get a ticket for $114. I have 60 days to pay.
Yep, $114.50, yep.
Yes.
I'll judge you guilty based on your no contest plea to the charge. Or do you pay the court costs? They'll give you some info about making the payments and they'll process you and release you today. All right, we are adjourned.
Sweet, sir. Next is TRACY VALLO. We'll call that. It'll be assumed. Thank you.
Yeah. Great, we'll call the County of Dane versus Kenneth McNeil. It's 26 FO 113 appearance.
Sam Smith for the county. Kenneth McNeil appears in the Dane County Jail via Zoom.
All right, and Mr. McNeil, the good news is you're not getting charged with a crime. They've charged you with a non-criminal county ordinance for obstructing, resisting an officer. That's not going to hold you in custody. I think you're going to get released today because there isn't anything else that's holding you. But we'll hear an offer from the DA's office, and if you want to accept that, then you can be done with the case, okay?
I'm gonna have my lawyer present, sorry.
Well, you're not entitled to an attorney unless you hire one on your own, because this is a non-criminal matter. Attorney Smith, what's the offer?
It'd be court costs only.
All right, so if you wanted to accept their offer, you would have to pay $114.50 in the next 60 days or work out a payment plan if you need more time.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
okay, I'll accept it.
Okay, you want to accept their offer and be done with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll take that as your no contest plea to the charge. Order you to pay the court costs in the matter. They'll give you some info about making the payments, and you'll get processed and released in the next hour or so. We are adjourned. Yep, you're welcome.
Is it, brother? Oh. That's sir, that's the complaint. Oh, wait. Okay, now I need my walk back. Ow!
Next is Tracy Vallo.
Go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Tracy Vallo. It's 26 CM 154 appearances.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Ow.
Tracy Vallo appears in person and in custody with Brianna Zawada. She's received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its formal reading. Stand mute on the charge. She does not want public defender services, and the address on the complaint is accurate.
Okay, and Ms. Vallo, you're certainly free to hire an attorney on your own after today. If you can't do that, you should probably give the public defender's office a call to see if you're eligible. That's the information that the deputy just gave you. If you're caught in the middle, you could always apply for a county appointed attorney. We'll make findings of probable cause and are not guilty plea to the charge. There's a public safety assessment that recommends modest cash bail. What's the state's position on bail?
State's recommending a signature bond and a condition that she not consume or possess alcohol.
And I'm gonna. I'd rather we just take care of it.
The signature bond, unless you're house, which would be able to go in, it would be taken care of that way. Cash bond would be that. We have to force it out, no, the leave, but it would still be pending, that doesn't need to go for.
That's fine, I want that.
So we want to stay in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your Honor, Ms. Vallo is asking that you impose a cash bond.
Okay, any response from the state?
Based on hearing the statement, I'm going to drink, I guess it sounds like a willful disregard to any potential conditions of no alcohol. So I would ask for a modest amount of cash based on that.
All right, well, it is consistent with the public safety assessment, which recommends modest cash bail. There's 2 or more failures to appear in the last 2 years as well. I probably could have been talked into a signature bond, given that it's just a disorderly conduct based upon a joint recommendation. But I'm concerned that Ms. Vallo can't or has the inability to follow the bond conditions. And with the appearance history and her request, I'll set a modest cash bail. I'll set it at $300. I'll order that she not possess or consume any alcohol, and we'll be adjourned.
All right, we're all set. Take care.
It will be a few minutes, but the next one will be Jackson, and Sotelo. We're waiting for the bail of the Zoom to be set up. Next is Jackson Elman Sotelo. Hearing will be at Zoom.
We'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Jackson Ailman. It's 26 CF 139 appearances.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Jackson Ailman appears by video and in custody with Brianna Zawada. I do not know whether or not Mr. Ailman has received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its formal reading. We do not have information about whether or not he qualifies for public defender. I'm assuming he will. He has Will Anderson in his other cases. And I'm unaware as to whether or not the address is correct or not.
Okay, and it may be a moot point. It looks like he may be on $2,500 cash bail right now. But now I can't see the window anymore. There we go. Mr. Ailman, if you're not in custody, is the 2953 Fern Drive in Sun Prairie a good place for mail?
Yes.
All right. And you may need to contact the public defender's office to get evaluated. You have to do that in every case, so make sure you give them a call. You're probably eligible still, and they'll get the same lawyer that you have on your underlying cases. We'll make a finding of probable cause. State's position on bail.
State's recommending cash in the amount of $500. Along
Actually,
with the conditions that the defendant have no contact with Deputy Martinovic. That's MARTINOVIC. In support of the cash, I'll note the defendant has 2 open cases. He has bench warrants issued on July 22nd, 2025, January 25th, 2024, and January 2nd, 2024. For those reasons, the state feels cash is necessary.
yeah.
Sir, I don't recommend you make any sort of statement.
Excuse me,
Attorney
who
Bellata?
are you talking to?
Thank you.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, Mr.
Your
Ailman.
lawyer's advising you that she doesn't want you to make any statements because all of this is being recorded, could be used against you
I
later on.
actually would like to let you know, I've been talking to my lawyer or whatever, and no, I need a post bond bill, or is that what it's called? Yeah, it's called a post bond bill, I believe. I currently am.
Yeah, Mr. Ailman, we'll just be setting bond today,
Financial-
okay?
Huh?
Yep, we're just setting bond today is all, okay?
Oh, post bond bill?
We're gonna be doing the hearing today, but thank you for your thoughts. We're asking for a signature bond in this case. As I said before, we went on the record, Mr. Ailman was found incompetent in his other open and pending case. I'll be raising competency here on this file as well. I believe importantly, this conduct allegedly happened between the Attorney Anderson raising competency on Mr. Ailman and the finding of incompetency. So I think that's relevant as we're deciding sort of bail terms here and what would be appropriate. We think that a signature bond would be more appropriate under the circumstances. As Your Honor mentioned, he is on a $2,500 cash bail and has been unable to post that anyway. I think any additional cash would further prevent him from his release. Thank you.
Great. And any response from the state?
If I could just have one brief moment. Okay. I was just checking the complaint if this allegation was in court or in the jail or city county building, but regardless, Mr. Ailman has a little bit of trouble coming to court, and I think that $500 is the minimum amount to incentivize him to come back for court appearances, given his failure to appear history.
All right. And I don't think he's actually being held on the $2,500 bail because of the competency hearing today. As I look at the court record, looks like the case has been suspended. So he's not subject to those bail conditions or cash bail. I still am concerned about whether he's going to show up given the appearance history. This is also, I think, an Act 3 eligible offense. And so it's concerning he was already on cash bail, and we have additional Act 3 offenses. I'll set $500 cash bail. Order no contact direct and direct with Deputy Martinovic. Will find a basis to doubt competency based upon the court record and Attorney Zawada's representations. I think I already found probable cause, but if I didn't, I'll make that finding again. And then we'll get it set for a competency hearing and we'll be adjourned.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Commissioner, I should probably ask, since there was just a report filed and reviewed today, are you requesting that an additional report be prepared by the Wisconsin Forensic Unit? Or, perhaps we rely on that order?
Was it? Let me take a look at the report.
The report was filed on the 15th, that's in 25 CF 2858. It was a contestant hearing earlier.
All right, well, given when the evaluator met with him and the date of the report, I think we should be able to use this report. That doesn't prevent state or defense from requesting that the judge get an updated evaluation, but absent anybody making that request here today, we'll just use this report since it is so recent. And set it right away for a contested hearing with the duty judge, since it clearly is going to be a contested issue or a situation where the court commissioner actually can't handle it. All right, we are adjourned.
The remaining individuals that we have are all being done via Zoom. Just waiting for whichever mailer can get into place in person.
All right, we'll call the County of Dane versus Tiffany Mercier. It's 26 FO 106 appearances.
Sam Smith for the county, defendant appears in the Dane County Jail via Zoom.
All right, and Ms. Mercier, the good news is you're not getting charged with a crime. They've charged you with county obstructing, resisting an officer. That's non-criminal in nature. It's the sort of thing that they're going to have an offer for here today. It's not going to keep you in custody, whether you want to accept that offer or not, okay? Is there an offer?
Yes, that'd be court costs only.
All right, so if you wanted to accept that offer, you'd have to pay $114.50 within the next 60 days or work out a payment plan. Did you want to accept that offer? Or do you want to contest the charges?
Attest the situation.
Contest it?
Proceed with the admission to sail out.
Okay, we'll enter a not guilty plea to the charge. You do have the right to a 6-person jury trial. You would have to preserve that right by making a written demand within 10 days of today's date, post $36 in non-refundable jury fees. If you don't do that, the judge would hear all the evidence and act as your 1-person jury. If you want an attorney after today, you would need to hire your own. Since it's a non-criminal matter, they can't appoint anybody for you. I'm not sure we have a good mailing address for you. Is there some place that we can send mail? And I think.
Yes, 630 East Washington.
Okay, we will update that address and they'll process you and release you yet today and we'll be adjourned. Thought he was there. Is he down at the food slot?
I saw somebody.
There we go. We'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Jeffrey Davis III. It's 26 CF 136 appearances.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
And Mr. Davis appears by video and in custody with Brianna Zawada. Mr. Davis, have you received a copy of the criminal complaint?
No.
Can we ensure that Mr. Davis does get a copy of that then? We waive its formal reading and we do not have information about whether or not he's eligible for public defender representation at this time.
It does look like the deputy just handed her a copy of the complaint, at least that's visually what it looks.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll get Mr. Davis the public defender information. If you can't hire an attorney after today, make sure you contact the public defender's office, see if you're eligible for one. Looks like there's a DOC hold and they've initiated revocation proceedings. Also appears that there may be a $2,500 cash bail in another case. if Mr. Davis is not in custody, are we using the address on the complaint for mailing purposes?
Yes, please.
Right, and I'll make a finding of probable cause. State's position on bail.
State's recommending a signature bond and no contact with Mario DR. Mario is common spelling and those last initials are D as in dog, R as in Robert.
Any objections?
Mr. Davis, any issues with that bond? No objections, thank you.
Right, we'll order a signature bond, condition will be a no contact, direct or indirect with Mario DR. And what about time limits?
We will not be waiving that, thank you.
Okay, we'll get a timely preliminary hearing scheduled and we are adjourned.
Smith appearing via Zoom. The bailiff is currently getting him from the other Zoom card, the complaint to get to him.
Okay, we'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Corey Smith, 26 CF 144 appearances.
Sam Smith for the state.
Corey Smith appears by video and in custody with Brianna Zawada. Mr. Smith, did you get a copy of your complaint?
I think he's muted. If you got a copy of the criminal complaint with the charges, give us a thumbs up, sir. If not, a thumbs down. All right, see a thumbs up.
Thank you. We waive its formal reading. We do not have information about whether or not he is eligible for public defender representation.
All right, so I think he's on $1,000 cash bail, also has a DOC hold. If he's not in custody, is the Beacon the best place to get mail?
Can you confirm with a thumbs up or a thumbs down, Mr. Smith?
Okay, see a thumbs up. We'll have the deputy give you the public defender information. If you can't hire an attorney on your own, then make sure you contact the public defender's office right away to see if you're eligible for an attorney. Attorney Zawada will assist you here today. I'll make a finding of probable cause and state's position on bail.
State's recommending a signature bond along with the condition that he not consume or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription.
No objection.
All right, we'll order a signature bond. Condition will be that you don't use or possess any controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. What about time limits for the prelim?
We will not be waiving those, thank you.
Okay, we'll get that scheduled within the next 20 days and we'll be adjourned.
That's everyone today.